Pigeon Talk!
With your hosts, Yisroel Merkin and Suki Silver of the RCCS Hockey Classic.
All right, welcome back to Pigeon Talk, Season 3, Episode 4.
You sure about your shorts? Wow. Look at that.
What? Hey, Shmuley's got a new... Shmuley has a new... is that like... That's a
competitor.
What was that? No, not a competitor. It's like...
This is the
No, he's trying out for Team Pigeons.
Oh, that's
I know, I'm not trying out for Team Pigeons.
Okay.
I love those guys, but I'm not trying out for Team Pigeons.
We all love the pigeons.
That's
bunch of
pretty
those
good.
guys
I don't think a single pigeon...
I would say, but probably like a bunch of them more on our team
Yeah,
at some point.
yeah.
Couple.
Yep.
Blown away by the coup right there. That was great.
Okay.
All right, so...
Daniel, is the sound on? just checking.
So we have Neil Schwartz.
Yeah, see, this is great. Like,
You're going to get at least
For the
three of
second
those.
time.
You know what's great, by the way?
For the
What?
second time.
For the
we have
second time.
Neil.
Yes.
What happened to the first time?
I don't know. You guys tell me.
The great thing about Neil, by the way, is we don't really even have enough. We don't need to introduce him because he just slides right in, starts making weird noises. Part of the team.
So let's do an actual intro first for Neil, and then we'll go into what's going on at RCCS, and then we'll go into the conversation. But you want to introduce Neil? How do you
Everyone,
know Neil?
this is Neil.
How do you know Neil?
how
When's
do
the
I
first
know
time
Neil?
you met Neil?
Ooh, wow.
A couple of days ago.
Oh, my life would be so much simpler if it really had been only a couple of days ago.
You know what? You're one to talk.
I'm still scarred from Shabbos, okay?
Okay,
That
before we get
will
to
be
Shabbos,
forever
By the
and-
way, I'm sorry.
That was
Is
not
there-
the first time you met Neil.
Is that
When is the
cursing allowed on this
first
So I'm
time?
talking
podcast?
about. So the first time I think I met you, was it at?
What?
Was it at the? What was it at the
It was
NBL game?
probably at that game.
Yeah. Wow.
game?
Yeah.
So I'm just let's
go.
segue right into it. So last
2018.
No, we'll get to 2018 for a second.
Okay.
But last night there was a game between Generations and Baby Sharks out in Sportorama. For all those who know, that's Muncie's elite rink. Yeah. Anyway, so that
It is. It just says a lot about Muncie.
Yeah, exactly. Hashtag we love Muncie. So anyway, they had a game, and so I went up, brought some chicken, and connected with the guys. And I kind of remarked there are a couple guys on the Generations teams who actually was on the original NBL team, and I kind of remarked that I think this was the first time we had ever had an exhibition game, and it was between then Team Muncie and then Team Brooklyn. And I think that was the first time I had actually met Neil. It's also the first time I had walked into a hockey locker room and almost passed out because of the wonderful smell. And it was also the first time I learned that if one is offering to serve beer, it cannot be warm Coors Light. I think I almost had
Some of those lessons have stayed.
Yeah, I don't
some
think.
not.
I don't think really-
what?
I don't think.
I
Yeah.
have, excuse
I
me,
mean-
I have never. One second. I don't
Fine,
drink
warm
the beer.
Coors Light. Okay.
No, I don't
You
drink it. I don't drink it. But listen, I
First
since
of all,
then,
we have not
never
served-
ever serve. I
mean, that's not a hockey
we
thing.
don't
It's just a
serve
general
Coors Light
thing.
in general. Number one, number two, yes.
The
that's
warm
not true.
beer
This
is
is
like,
why. This is why
you watch
Daniel
Shawshank
Nichinsky handles the purchasing of the beer, because if it was left to me, we probably would end up
you would
with
get Bud Light.
no O'Doul's.
Well, we have.
Now an alcoholic. No,
Oh, okay.
no malt.
Bro.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. Hashtag 80s reference. Okay, but
There's
what-
good non-alcoholic beer out
40
there
in the
now.
80s,
O'Doul's is
I was
like.
like 40. No, even though my beard would say otherwise. But yes,
You did
thank you
hashtag
for
an
wishing
80s
me,
beer
happy
reference. We're not
birthday.
gonna-
Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
that's good.
it's this gentleman's
Is his birthday?
No, was it-
Yeah.
Seriously?
Was it birthday
Yeah.
a week ago?
Gatorade
A week ago.
bucket.
Gatorade bucket. Yes.
Gatorade bottle.
But
Bottle.
so back to.
Let's just do a bottle of tequila, and that way you won't be able to drive for the rest of the day.
Thank you. I'm so happy I'm doing a podcast at 10:22 on a Wednesday.
That's early for Muncie, by the way. I mean, for Lakewood, by the way.
That,
It's just like
alright, so
the offices
first
are
time, Can we go
empty.
back to the question? I think that was probably the
I don't
first
think
time
there was
that
a
I
question.
met- No, the question
Sorry.
was, when's the first time I
It wasn't a
met
question, it was
Neil?
an intro.
When's the first time I met
Okay.
Neil? I think that's when I met you then. And then...
It took you 5 minutes to answer the question. you
Because it was
just
a
said, "I
good
met him."
story until then. Listen, I'm never going to lose the opportunity to tell a good story. But yeah, that's the first time we met. Neil was is one of the original captains of the RCCS Hockey Classic. Are you on that original chat? Remember there's an original chat we had? Were you on that one?
I have no idea.
Is it still
was
around?
on that, I think.
What's the name of the chat?
I don't even know. RCC.
Just go to WhatsApp.
Oh, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Go to him.
Yeah,
and
so
see
yeah.
which shared.
Yeah,
And then
I
go
wonder.
through the 96 chats that you shared, and then find.
Sadly, yeah. One second.
What was it called? RCCS.
I think it was RCCS hockey, maybe.
By the way, just while they checked it out.
That's really original.
Could we see Neil's thing up on the screen?
Yeah, let's see
Daniel?
it. I don't think so.
So I don't know if I was on that original.
You may have not been, but
Chat.
at the end of the day,
I'm on the RCCS Shabbos Hotel chat.
Oh, yeah, or Party House also.
Party House.
Yeah, let's run away. But the facts are that everything we've done or doing this tournament, Neil's a really big part of it, especially the swag, especially the ideas and the originality of his team's jerseys. I don't think there's another team that puts as much creativity and time into the jerseys. And the amazing thing is that
the OCC bag and Kraken is slowly coming up. On
okay,
that
he's
one.
coming up on that. But look, the Argyles. I don't think there's anyone who played in the tournament that year that will ever forget the Argyle
true.
Sox. I mean, come on, and or the
and
pink,
the
We were
or
gonna
the
redo
pink,
them
which
this
was
year.
the pink, or even
yellow ones.
even the
Which one
yellows,
didn't you do?
the
Yellow
yellows
ones
and the
you didn't do?
We
stormtroopers last
redid
year.
it in 20.
Yeah, you
we
redid
redid
it,
it because
right.
I really
A
liked
redo.
those. Those were nice.
And then
Those
the
were very nice.
stormtroopers last year because of May the Force be with you. I mean, listen, you know what? This is Neil really has brought a lot of character
Okay,
to the
so
team.
now I'm gonna ask some questions.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. So number one, Yisroel Meir.
Time's up, Mark.
Who introduced you to Neil? Like what happened there? You wanted to start the RCCS hockey tournament.
Wanted to start the
Obviously,
RCCS
Neil
tournament.
was one of the first guys you reached out
So-
to. So tell me a little bit about
so
that.
the
And then
sto-
also Neil, as a follow up to that, when he says that, I want to know what your initial reaction was to that first phone
Yeah.
call. Sure. So let's start with Yisroel
The
Meir.
story was that the founder of the tournament, Gabriel Jacobson, after coming to me with the idea, so we were trying to figure out, connect with people that we knew that played ice hockey. So Gabe had
It's
biked
just hockey, by the way. The other hockeys get the qualifier.
Okay.
You should know that by now.
Gabe had biked for Chai, and he knew somebody named Avi Lax. Avi Lax was also biking for Chai, and I connected with Avi, who played year one on Brooklyn. We don't need to discuss or remember what happened that
we'll
year.
get there,
We'll get
just-
there exactly. And then so Avi gave me a select few guys that he was connected with that played hockey that he felt would be able to captain teams. Neil was one of them. Aaron Cabasso was one. Michael Friedman was another. And so Neil was one of the first calls that I had made about bringing a team to the tournament and about the concept. I think that's pretty much how it went. As to what Neil's reaction was, I don't recall, but he may know better than me.
Neil, what was it like to receive a phone call?
So I had run a team in a bunch of the leagues in Aviator for a while. I get a call from Yisroel Merkin here, and through Avi Lax, who has a pickup game, a weekly pickup game that goes on in Brooklyn. So, and we have mutual that I played in every once in a while. We have some mutual connections. So he calls me up and he says, "We're doing this tournament," and my original reaction to him was, "You're crazy. I don't think there are that many Jews that play ice hockey or hockey." See, you got me going. And I don't think there are that many Jews that play that would raise that much money, right? My initial reaction to hearing how much you wanted for the people to raise for the
It wasn't that
tournament.
much then, right? How much was it?
It was $1,800 a person.
Right. Okay.
But you have to remember that other hockey tournaments, other charity hockey tournaments, it's $1,800 a team. So it's the goals are much higher, which I think is great that we've been able to meet. But my initial reaction was he's crazy, and I then was talking to, and I never heard of RCCS before, so I guess I'll preface that too. So I called my father and I was like, "Have you ever heard of this organization, RCCS?" And he's like, "Oh, sure. We give money to them every year. They're a great organization." And from that, I was like, "Okay, so if it's an organization that people know, let's try it. Try it. We'll see what happens." And we tried it, and we were able to raise a lot of money, and also found out that there are a lot of people that play hockey that are in the Jewish relation.
Do you find that your New York,
Yeah.
and we'll get to it in a minute, but your New York hockey scene, but has that grown since the RCCS tournament has grown? Are there more people?
It's complicated because the people that I play with have by and large stayed the same, but most of the people that I play with are not in the Jewish hockey scene, and I think that it's grown a lot. I think it's definitely grown a lot, but I don't know how much of that is kids starting to play versus, and how much of that is RCCS. I do know that there are a lot of people that have known about it and found out about it and really started because of the tournament. So I think that that's great, and it's one of the things that we're trying to, promote. What my initial goal was really to help promote hockey in the Jewish community. That was one of the things that me and a bunch of the other original captains were very set, was just sort of like, this is not only about RCCS, but it's also about growing the sport.
Oh, it's funny. Like, I've spoken to a lot of guys. That's the first time I heard that. That's the first time I heard that from someone saying that. Like, we look at this as an opportunity to also grow the sport of hockey.
There's been a lot of. I mean, I don't know if it's we always talk about RCCS and how it's growing that, but I think that I'm not the only one who sort of shares that sentiment. Where like we really wanted to see how this could help grow, especially like getting kids into it and other stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Wow. Okay, so that at first, did you think you were speaking to someone who actually knew a thing or two about hockey when you got that phone call, or was it?
No, okay. The first phone call, that was sort of it was clear that he didn't, but it was also apparent. No, sorry.
It's fine. Listen.
It was not. He didn't. I would say he didn't come and say, "I know a lot about hockey, and we're doing this." He said he was very upfront and was like, "Okay, we're trying to do this."
So it's funny go ahead.
The frustrating part to me was that as things go along in the year, and there were certain decisions that were being insisted upon, when there was a lot that wasn't known about how the game is played, and that I think there's. Maybe it's tapered off, but there's a consistency there. And
ouch! Shots freaking fired!
Come on,
go!
Like what?
Okay, this is the first year that we're going to have a schedule that's more than a week out. That can't change.
That
okay.
Yes.
Took 8 years to get here.
I'm sorry. I play beer league hockey. Okay. You're talking one game a week. You know that in the morning it can get changed. That's like one game of a beer league hockey. You're talking 50-something games in 2 days.
Understand that. However,
the
schedule,
with plenty of other.
However, all the teams and everything else should be set a good few months or maybe 2 months before.
Teams are
the teams in the slots. So why are you waiting until a week before to set it out?
One second, hold on. Because the number one is okay. You also know
because of raising challenges.
Right. Will you leverage it? Also,
so do it earlier. You did it earlier this year. It's great.
Right, but also number two is.
I think you did a great job here. I'm just saying, you asked me. I think this is great. I think it's great that we have some time to review it and look at it and make adjustments.
It out,
no, I sent it to Neil first.
You sent it to people that could look at it. It's somewhat.
I wanted another set of eyes because as a tournament is growing, more teams, it gets more complicating, and also listen, nothing's in a vacuum. Nothing's going to be perfect. So I wanted to be able to see, okay, does this make sense? Every team's going to have to give up something, but in the grand scheme, are we heading in the right direction? And that's why I wanted another set of eyes on it before we were able to run certain challenges. Because look, at the end of the day, I've always believed the reason why the big locker room and the pick when you play or where you play challenges work is because that's the one thing that nobody can buy for themselves. Every piece of gear we ever offer. Most people, right? Well. That is being recorded.
See what happens on Sunday. Let's see what happens on Sunday before the deadline. Okay.
Exactly. But so that's why so obviously we want to be in a position where we can have as many of those as possible to leverage. Look, right now you have the big locker room challenge. So far I'm saying that my hope is that we're going to raise $500,000 through the week of the challenge because of it. So it is obviously something very beneficial for the organization, but I want to make sure that it makes sense.
I think that's all good. I think that what I was saying is that there are certain things that over the years you have learned to accept more input from the people that are playing. That is what I've been getting at. So I think I was commending you that you sent it out somewhat early for an extra set of eyes. I think that there are a lot of things, and especially as we started the tournament, there were more things that were getting less of a look by people that really could have had meaningful input, and that has now you're expanding.
Right,
You're
and-
getting that input, and it's good. You're
could-
growing as a
I think just-
person.
I could
No, I
add.
think
I
was-
could add a title to my job. It's like a marriage therapist.
No, but good Lord, we all know we need it. No,
Are we allowed to be married in Lakewood? Is that okay?
It's okay.
Yeah,
Wow,
No,
there you went. But I think there's also been a sense of expanding the those who
I didn't
can
say I
have
wanted to. I'm
influence.
just asking the question.
Okay, but yes, we appreciate that. Next conversation.
Okay, so now Neil, what tell us a little bit about yourself and your experience with ice hockey in general. What the tournament means to you, and why in the world do you go for the craziest jerseys that you can't wear ever again?
So, I started playing hockey later on in life. I used to play roller hockey in high
It's
school.
not really hockey, right? I think we've established that.
Well, I said roller hockey, and then I said I started playing hockey later after high
got
school.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're
Okay.
learning.
Okay, guys.
Wait a second. You grew up in Brooklyn?
I grew up in Brooklyn.
So
I
roller
grew up
hockey in the
Brooklyn,
streets. There's a
playing
car
roller hockey
coming?
in the streets, car, etc. You know, we
Okay.
played in high
So
school
I did
and all
that
that
growing
stuff.
up, yeah.
So, and then when I started college, I was like, just really wanted to try to start playing. So me and a friend just bought gear, and we started going to rinks that were at that point. There were no rinks in Brooklyn. There were a few. The old Prospect Park was still open, but it was a massive square. Ape Stark was
Okay.
technically open, but nobody knew how to
Aviator
get
wasn't
in.
around
Aviator
yet?
wasn't around. It wasn't built yet.
Wow.
So we would go out to the Midnight Hockey League out in Long Island, all these random rinks all over. Go out to Syosset, out to like traveling like an hour. Minimum travel for a game was like 50 minutes.
You were going for
probably.
games or you were going for stick and puck?
We were going for games. It was like a beginner league. So
Wow,
we were doing
okay.
that, and then started playing from there. So I just always found a lot of fun, and it's a great exercise. So I love it. At now, times work because it's usually late at night, so nothing else is going on, which can be a blessing and a curse at the same time. So I think it's great. The second part to your question was about RCCS. Was that
Like what?
and
Yeah,
how it
no,
fits
but
in?
like
Okay.
what? No, where are you? Where are you now in the hockey world? Like I
So
understand
now-
you wanted to figure out what hockey was.
So
and see
now-
what it is.
now we
Nowadays,
play-
you're not just the regular guy who plays hockey, right?
So
what's
now
your
I play. So I have a team in the leagues in Aviator. I've had a team there for about 15 years in different divisions. Now we just started in a lower division because
What's
the
the
upper
name of the
division
team?
was
The
getting
Isotopes
the
also?
Isotopes.
Okay.
It was Space Force for a while because we got kicked out later. That's a whole nother story. And so now we're back to the Isotopes now. We were on a hiatus for about 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
And the leagues there are kind of a mix though. So it sort of got to the point where the upper division became like college guys that were home. And
Oh, wow.
it's just way too tough. So we were getting waxed.
Sounds
So
like Division Two RCCS.
It sounds like sometimes Division 5, depending on who they bring down. And but yes, so we just started this week, moved down. But regardless, so I play there, and that's my main game. That's sort of like my weekly game, and then we do a weekly Matzah Shabbos coaching session for kids in Brooklyn. So we have this year we actually have both sheets of ice at Aviator at the same time. We do older boys 13 and over on one side, and then on the other side we have boys 13 and under, girls 13 and under, and girls 13 and over. So we're trying to, get them to learn how to play, and that was really supplementary to a game that Avi Lax runs on Sunday nights, which is also like a league game in Aviator for Jewish kids. And that's a great game, but then some of the parents just wanted, more than once a week and some instructional, so we kind of started doing that for the people that are doing that Sunday.
So how many
also.
slots do you have a week at Aviator right now? Like total?
We just three.
Three.
So,
Wow.
there are times when I was organizing games in Prospect Park and other right now it's probably less than I've had before. There were times when I was organizing 3 or 4 skates a week.
Do you find it harder in general to get ice time these days? As a sport in general grown from?
I find it harder to
2018?
get good slots, yeah, and it's also become more expensive. So Prospect Park used to be, when it reopened, it was somewhat affordable, and then they just got a whole bunch of turnover and I wouldn't say political reasons, but it's more the
It's
management.
it's owned by the
reasons.
park, though, still, right?
Well, it's owned by the park, but it's run by someone else. So someone else.
Okay. There's like a lease.
It's a
It's
lease.
like Marine Park Golf Course.
Yeah. So well, if you say
It's
so.
the same thing,
But
yeah.
essentially, it's a city-owned park, but then they hire out a company to run it and manage it, and that company has to provide certain activities for everyone, but they can set the price. They can do whatever
Got
they
it.
want. So. When it whatever, the long and short of it is that when they started running it, they also had this Bryant Park, the city rink, whatever, and they were making tons of money on that, and they basically had it for the concessions. Then essentially they lost that contract, so now they had to make money at Prospect. So all the rates got raised, and then and they just actually were kicked out this year. So this is the first year they're not doing it anymore. Now City Ice Pavilion, the people who run City Ice Pavilion are managing Prospect Park also.
And what happened with the Aviator? Was that ended up being bought by someone?
There are still negotiations.
It's still what?
They're currently negotiating with
Oh, really?
the interim tenant for a long-term solution. So the Parks Department is currently negotiating with them.
Got it.
Cool.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, and now let's talk about the. You want to ask a question?
Well, I mean, I could.
ahead.
Why not? What I mean, like we've seen there happens to be one thing that's interesting about Neil's team in general is throughout the years it's always been like the same guys.
Okay.
There's been a consistency. This year, the roster is very different.
Oh, you asked about the jerseys. That was
I-
the second part
Well,
of the question.
well, he
We'll get to
wanted
the
to
jerseys
ask
in a
a
second. We'll get to the jerseys just before we'll back into it. Just wanted to know because I do believe this is really where Neil was going about in his own connection with
Held
the
up on
event.
that one, by the way. I'm just saying.
Like what's I guess if you could share like why the turnover, what was your thought
So-
process for this year, it being different?
So we've had, like you said, we've had a stable group of guys for the most part, at least a core. And most of it are guys that I play with in Brooklyn. I wanted guys that I play with all year. To me, the tournament is. There are some guys that this is what they look forward to all year. It's the RCCS tournament, and I know that this is the RCCS podcast and everything, etc. But for me, it's about I want to play with the guys I play throughout the year. I want to play with the guys I see throughout the year. I don't kind of just want to show up for a tournament, play, and go home. So it's more of a, it's a fun culmination. It's something for guys to get together. It's guys to spend a weekend, but it's not an end game. So. That's why I wanted most of the same guys. This year, my son is finally old enough to really play. He'll be 17 at the tournament, which, and he's been skating since he was around 6, so he's, can definitely keep up enough. And I want to play with him. And the reality is when you're bringing in younger kids and we're trying to keep an atmosphere in the locker room that's a little more friendly towards younger kids, a lot of the guys weren't necessarily interested in doing that, which is completely understandable. And I think that because of that, we have some guys that decided that they didn't want to come back this year, and they're probably going to rejoin as soon as their kids are old enough. Honestly, we've spoken about it. It's nothing, nothing unexpected. So, so the dynamics have changed a bit. So now we have some kids, and then some of the kids that are doing that Motzei Shabbos clinic thing, and then. For the most part, though, I'd say we still have about six guys that are kind of.
Did your talent went down, or?
I honestly have no idea.
No idea?
It's very hard to tell. We took so there were a couple of guys that and every year I usually have a few slots that you ask for guys that need space, and I
So who's coming back
do
from
it.
this?
So from this we have.
Oh boy.
I'm back.
You are.
Coop's back.
I can't. This is gonna hurt my neck.
Deichman's back.
Golding's back.
Mizrahi's back.
And so's
Golding's
Kubi.
back, and Kubi's back. So
Goalie's back.
No, Joe's not back.
Joe's not back. So I mean, there is. I'm sorry. There is a major turnover, but what I also think what you're sort of alluding to is something that we're seeing much more is that the fathers who might be getting a little long in the tooth when it comes to hockey and their interest are really brought back to it. There's an excitement because they can
Better
play
than
with
short in
you
the
guys.
tooth in hockey.
Yes, hashtag Jack Hughes. But
Stop doing the hashtag thing, buddy.
okay, I should stop it.
Yeah.
Okay, no more. Okay, hashtag no hashtag. But it does give
In
you
honor
the.
of your 55th birthday.
I think
All right, can I just get this statement out, please? There
try.
is something. No, there is something cool. And like for instance, it's here. One of your players, Avrami Hirsch, who was.
Oh, yeah, he's back.
Who you're right. So Abe is back. You probably won't be listening to the podcast, so it's no problem if we talk about him. But Abe was a big part of what we were doing early years. But then we moved the tournament. It got to be a hassle, and the interest sort of waned. But now the opportunity to play with this kid brings him back.
I actually believe that it had nothing to do with that. I believe it just had to do with when you release the schedule and if people
exactly.
were able to
No,
review
there's
it.
another guy.
That's the only
That's what he
reason
told
why
me,
Abe.
actually.
It
There's
is
another
right?
player.
That's
There's another
all
player
it was.
who we brought back. Also, a guy named Richie Pomerantz, Bryson and Fresson. He took a year off, had no interest, but once his kid got, of age to be able to play, he came back in. So I think this is a dynamic that we're seeing, that we're able to retain the fathers who obviously can really help with the fundraising because we're offering them this experience. Now, let's not forget about the crazy jerseys. Key Neil, go.
So because of how I view the tournament, which is like a time to hang out, kind of maybe a culmination of the winter hockey season in a way.
A charity tournament.
And it's a charity tournament. I'm getting there. Okay. Now I know how Merkin
Has to
feels.
be stressed.
So because it is a charity
It is how he
tournament,
feels.
we do not take it as we want it to be fun. We want it to be a way to we want to showcase that it's like we're not taking ourselves too seriously. And part of that is these are tournaments. I don't need to wear this jersey the rest of the year. This is like, for me, this is a charity tournament. You wear it for this, like that's the purpose, is to have the most fun and to kind of, give the most exposure and to do, I guess the most fun stuff for it. I find joy in the displeasure that some people find from our jerseys. I'm not going to lie. There are, the reason we did the pink ones, because, yes, but we did the pink ones because one year we had a yellow one and there was like a stripe of pink on it.
Okay.
Or I think we had an alternate. It was like a blue with some pink, and guys were like, "Oh, there's pink on the jersey. There's pink on the jersey." I was like, "All right, fine. Next year, all pink."
You asked for it.
You asked for it. You're getting it. So the following year we did. I don't know if we have a picture of those anywhere, but yeah. So the following year it was all pink, and then
I'm gonna pull it up.
the
and I'm gonna
Argyle
send it to Danielle.
socks were great because some guys either loved them or they hated them.
Do you remember what year it was?
The pink?
Yeah.
2023,
right?
23 or 22. Might have been 22.
Yeah. The Argyle was 23, so let me get it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Continue. I'm going to
You
send
weren't
it to
even
Danielle.
here
We're
in
gonna pull it up.
22.
He's got the keys. He's holding.
He's got, yeah. He's done his homework.
Dude, you forget he's hashtag holding.
I didn't even give the hashtag. I'm trying to learn. Wow. Okay, listen.
You know what we should get for him? One of those big chains with a hashtag on it.
Oh, man. Ouch.
Tell where you going?
Love.
I'm sending him this picture. Why didn't
Suki, at the tournament,
Yeah.
when you put Merkin's name, when you embroider onto the jacket, you should just have hashtag
No,
Merkin.
they're yellow.
They're
Might
not
be-
yellow.
no.
This is not them.
So is it
It's here. It's here.
not the
Oh,
pink?
this is. It should be here. It would pop.
No, it
up.
doesn't make sense because they didn't take any. Okay. Whatever.
Anyway.
Oh no, you did the blue and yellow in 2022.
The 21.
Yes.
The dark blue and yellow.
The
So that
dark
means
blue
you
and
did-
yellow.
That was
So
a
that
nice
means we
jersey.
did the dark blue and pink the next. We did the dark blue and pink was the following year. and
No,
that
the
was-
dark
and
blue-
The pink and then the dark blue and pink were alternates at the same time.
So it's either
no,
2021.
it was 20. It was 2021. Yes, it was 2021.
Let me pull up 2021. I'm gonna send it to. Oh, when we had all the video. Okay, hold on a second. What in the world? Here,
This is great
isotopes.
podcast fodder. by
This
the
is
way.
great.
This is
Okay,
great.
so you did the dark blue and pink.
There you
Oh,
go.
here we go. So we're
There's
gonna
the
send
pink.
this link to Daniel and have him pull it up.
But we
on
lost Daniel. But
He'll be back.
when he
Neil got bored.
returns,
He'll be
That was just yeah.
It'll be back.
a little bit back. Yes. Anyway.
Anyway,
I like what you did last year.
so we did last year. Well, you know what? The second
Yes.
you put the tournament date out, and it was May the 4th, I was like, all right, I
Yeah,
know what we're
it's a-
doing. And I'm not. Like, guys are like, oh, you're a massive Star Wars person. I'm actually not.
But you,
But you had to do it.
But I was like,
you,
I had
you
to.
say
I
you're
had
not,
to.
but you also put "May the Schwartz be with you" on the inside of the collar.
No, I use the Schwartz.
Oh, use the Schwartz.
I'm
Well,
like,
because first of all,
Schwartz,
that's
wait a minute,
Spaceballs, not Star Wars.
It's not Star Wars. Hello.
Which I saw before Star Wars, by the way. I saw Spaceballs before Star Wars, like many years before Star Wars. But
I sent you a link. Could you pull it up?
the
on you could just go there and I sent it. Oh, you don't have WhatsApp on there. Oh.
You want to email it?
Problem.
Are there more technical difficulties?
All right, okay. As long as we have audio, Neil, you're in pretty good shape.
Yes.
I'll believe it when I hear it.
Okay.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Cool. Okay, so let's talk about the dinner for a second because people
What was that? You did not censor me from last time. I asked if there was cursing, and I think I limited it to 1, which should be a PG-13 rating.
Do you
according
keep
to
pucks from year to year? Or only your jerseys?
I do. I think I put away pucks after the tournament every year. I do have.
You have one
so
from
many
the spring
pucks.
classic, year 1.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Wow, that's cool.
Why are you guys missing?
No, I think we are missing. Yeah, those are the spring classic. So let's go back to the dinner for a second because last year there was a change, and I think you had what to do with it last year. But we brought out the last year was that every table would have food on it, and no one would have to get up and get food. And also there
were
would
stations.
be stations
think-
right near each table.
I think one of the things that there are a lot of things that happen during this tournament that make it sort of clear that it's very Jewy, for lack of a better term. Jewy.
Okay.
Not chewy, Jewy. You know. Okay, but one of the
Oh my God.
Star Wars reference.
Yeah, I
Okay,
got it.
so
Not that tired.
So part of that is the amount of food that you guys have, while I guess understandable, it's a lot. And the whole, buffet stations and all that stuff and going in line for everything, I think that there's a lot of food, but guys have just finished playing they've just finished playing 2 games. They're trying to gear up the next day for 2 or 3 games. And at the end of the day, nobody's in the mood of standing in line and going up and getting guys aren't. They just want to sit. They just want to relax. They just want to have a drink and eat something, replenish a bit, and go to sleep. And I think
Except the Jews. All the Jews want to get up and wait
well,
online.
I think the food in the tournament is mostly, I would say, headed up by people that are not necessarily focused on gameplay. This comes back to it. This all comes back to it.
Even lunch.
Which
plain
lunch?
pastas, salmon.
Lunches are good. They have gotten much better. Again, they have gotten much better.
Protein
Gotten much
shakes.
better.
Yeah.
Definitely. Last year was also much better. And again, having the
Pulled
shakes ready to
beef
go,
and-
amazing.
okay.
Great.
Fried chicken? Yeah, perfect.
I will say the sushi's sitting out all day until 2
It's
o'clock.
not
but okay.
though.
I know it's not, but I knew that would get you. Anyway, no, the caterers do a great job. I'm
Yes, he
just
does.
kidding. I'm
Shout
kidding.
out.
He does
I
a
can't
great
ask
job.
that, but I can do a shout out to
Shout out to
Menachem
the caterers,
Tesler.
yes.
Okay, yeah, that's
But
And yes,
one of the things that you guys are always worried about, not worried about, but you're frustrated with, is that
We're
guys
never
just
worried.
kind of leave. And the reason guys leave is that nobody's in the mood. Guys, we get back to the hotel every year. We get back to the hotel and we're at the bar until 2 in the morning. Some of the guys, not everyone, but a lot of the guys, and just talking.
You do know
sitting,
if you leave
drinking.
at 11, right? You're still able to be there from 11:30 till 2. And,
Yeah, but unless we
can
get
I just say something?
No,
From
because
someone
we
who's
closed it down.
so
we have kept
someone
the bar
for-
open. And if we weren't there by 10,
Okay.
the guy was about to leave.
I remember.
There was one year where a guy was going to leave. It
I
was
remember.
10 o'clock. It was 9:30 or something. He was about to
Sure.
leave, and we're like, we've done it I think more than once,
Okay.
but there was at least one year where he's like, no, I'm leaving, and we're like, you're staying. He's like, I'm leaving, and I think Abe just popped down like $100 at the tip. He's like, you're staying. He's like, all right, I'm staying.
But for someone who's so nervous about the food
I'm
and
not so nervous about the
gameplay,
food.
you'll
I'm not nervous about the food, but
you'll
listen,
drink at the bar till 2 a.m. though.
I'm not
the
nervous
night
about the food
before.
and gameplay.
Wait a second, just
I'm-
answer this though.
Yeah. Oh,
You'll
well,
get
the division I'm in, it
you'll
doesn't matter.
drink till
I'll
2.
be myself.
Oh,
Neil-
so you're worried
Neil
about
will
the
be there
like
all day.
the-
He's
the
worried about his
Sub-Zero
fellow. He's
and-
about
Yeah,
his
the truth is that I don't say
Okay,
that this is
tequila's
the morning.
fine.
Honestly,
Okay.
there's about like one. There's only 1 or 2 guys that
Okay.
that do that on my team that will stay up that late. But realistically, guys leave because they're not in the mood of getting up, and it's just they want to sit down and chill. So I think what we were talking about last year, and what we did last year, was you had stuff at the table, you had beers at the table, guys were able to sit, guys were able to relax, and I think it was great. The guys I spoke to loved it. So
What was
what we were
funny
trying to
was-
do was make this beer hall type of
It was great.
situation where you had you can watch the game, you can talk, you can drink beer, and
What was
that the
amazing
idea.
about your idea was the year before, I think it was probably the best dinner we ever had with the with the different restaurants. Guys were
Well,
floored. They were
No,
floored
it
by
was-
the food.
It was maybe the best food.
Yeah,
it wasn't the best
no,
dinner.
no,
The best
no,
dinner was
I understand.
Rangers.
Right. No, that's true. We'll talk about
that
that.
was good.
But,
That was
but they
3
were
years ago?
floored about the food.
4.
And
My
and the year
Rangers have
before
fallen.
that. Huh?
My other Rangers.
wow. So I
Rangers don't even exist.
here's what's interesting.
Oh, and now they're winning.
Wow. I know I was making a
You're a
point.
Washington fan, right?
No, I was making a point
You know
here.
that Bam Adebayo dropped 83 points on your Washington.
They are so not my Washington Wizards.
83
I am
points.
still a fan of when they had
Bam.
Chris Webber and
Wait a
Juwan
second.
Howard.
Kobe, Jordan.
And bam, yes.
They couldn't do it,
hold on,
right?
wait,
They
wait,
couldn't do it.
Do you know that he
LeBron
shot-
couldn't do it.
Do you know that he shot
Bam.
under 50%?
Yeah.
That's what's retarded.
That's a problem.
Yeah, whatever. But why we do? Hello,
God.
back to the thing.
You
Was
should be
just to your
ashamed to
point
be a
is that
Washington
it was.
fan.
Who says I'm a Washington fan?
Who's your hockey team?
That's I didn't say I'm
Just
a
say it.
basketball fan.
No, no,
Who actually watches the NBA
who's
now?
Who's your hockey team?
My,
Just say it.
honestly, to be honest, is nobody. But if I had to watch somebody, it'd be the Capitals.
Okay,
Pick a side.
I
Who's
pick-
your
take
football?
a stand. I understand. I don't care about basketball.
Who's your football? Who's your football team?
The Washington Commanders.
Oh, okay.
I'm-
Who's your baseball team?
Baltimore.
Who?
The Orioles.
Orioles. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Who's your soccer team? Okay, anyways, back to you. So the fact was that changing
Who do
it was a
your
little
kids
bit.
root for?
Oh my God! Why are you bringing in my family into
Who do
this?
your kids root for?
Oh man, the trauma. What? My kids root for wherever I root for.
So you're
Poor
Washington
kids.
fan.
Yes.
Nah.
Not bad. Okay. Anyway, back
So
to
you're
you.
not a Capitals fan?
I am. I guess.
He's a huge Capitals fan.
Huge.
What's
What
wrong with
about-
being a Capitals fan?
I don't because
He has
I,
a poster of Ovi in his room.
I can't say anything on this
I'm
podcast
not
about
even
that.
going there. But back to, okay, yeah. So what I was saying was my point had been, before you guys just went totally off the rails, was that we were taking a gamble by leaving what worked.
On the Capitals?
No, on the food and on the food presentation, we're taking a gamble, something that people appreciated, but the fact was the gamble paid off because,
Yeah,
like
that's true.
everyone's saying, is that
We went from
everyone had
having the
such a-
stores,
right,
which was great.
which was really great, and guys loved the food and they
To
loved the
bring in this
presentation,
thing.
to this way, and I mean, listen, the caterer banged it out; it was amazing.
Which this
And,
year we might. Be
I didn't think it was a
switching into
gamble, by the way. I
something
thought last year
Okay, I
was.
have no
I
idea.
thought last year was a sure thing.
You thought it was a
I
sure
did not
thing.
think it was a gamble at all. I was not at all concerned that people were not.
Asher is bringing a former pro to Division 5.
Oh my goodness.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, that wasn't. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, good times. Continuing.
Define
Oh,
good.
That's
Yes.
great.
Okay.
Okay, so Neil, have you had? Oh my gosh, this thing needs to stop. Have you?
Don't worry, the audio won't pick up. It's 3. Are we doing it over under on references?
That's a good question at the end. It's a very good question. No, but honestly, your relationship with RCCS in terms of the organization, year one versus now, like, has anything grown?
I mean, it has. It's been, become more aware of it, obviously, and more involved with you guys with this tournament. And I think that it's something that has really helped, awareness of the organization to at least the people I know and the circles that I know. It's something that, I think is a much more important organization than, I guess when I found out about it initially. So it's definitely grown.
One of the all-time moments at the dinner was when a certain hockey player on your team actually spoke as a patient of the organization.
Oh, yeah.
Coops.
It's a good, yeah.
That was a great moment.
That was a great moment.
One of our players,
Real.
unfortunately, needed your services, which really helped him get through, get through a tough time, and he's now back on our team. He had to take a year hiatus, but he's cancer free now, and what? Is that funny?
We love Coops. That was. There's nothing.
I'm trying to figure out
What we really whatever.
Daniel, you want to come in on the podcast?
Hold on, wait a
Say what
second.
you're-
By the way, do you know what his jersey name was last year?
No.
On the back of his jersey.
Oh, no way. That was his name?
Uno Pelota.
Oh, okay. got
Okay. Thank God you just said that in Spanish. And no,
it.
we
Wow.
don't need you to translate.
I'm
that
really
in
not
English.
involved in jerseys.
I'm not going to translate it.
Thank
and I
you.
know that most of your listeners don't speak any
No,
Spanish.
most do. They're Jewish. They speak English. What's
Spanglish.
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 Yeah.
Gosh.
Gosh.
Okay. Yes, we are okay. All right.
And
So
we have to go until the battery dies, so we don't have audio.
Sound gonna
that's,
cut again.
That's really
no, hopefully not. Okay, so right now, let's go to this. Right now, I'm
No,
gonna
I actually have a question.
I want to
Yeah.
jump. No,
Yeah,
you've been
go
asking
ahead.
questions all the time.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I know what yours is going to be about. I don't think Neil wants to hear it. But
I
go.
don't care what the news wants to hear about.
wanna
You know,
hear
you can
Suki's question.
you want Suki's question first. Go.
I just,
Oh,
gave-
did you just-
just quickly, because I've noticed this. There is a new player on your team. We don't have to
Yes.
go into names, but he is someone that came up through the Isotopes training pipeline, I guess, at the Aviator. And is it interesting, or how did this is the first time I've seen someone who's like, okay, you got on the ice, you didn't know how to tie your skates, and now you're playing on my team in the tournament. Is that cool? How does that make you feel?
I haven't thought about it in that way, but it is nice. It's nice to see. I think that when I was looking to get more of the kids on, and I have selfish reasons for doing this, right? Because I wanted to play with my son. So obviously there are some selfish reasons for it. But what I was looking for were guys that are able to really, skate and excel.
Okay, so it seems like we had a little bit of a audio issue.
So you're just gonna say it's me at this point.
I just
Yeah.
want to thank Danielle because I don't know how to do this stuff. I can't I could hook up a TV. But yeah, apparently,
Yeah,
I guess he doesn't.
I mean,
but it's a great job
let's
on
thank
the
him when
whole
it's
audio
done,
board.
okay?
What?
Let's thank him when it's done.
Yeah, he's like the what do you call it? We have to get Danielle a mic though for future.
I don't know why he doesn't have a mic, honestly.
Yeah, why don't you have a mic? You should get a mic. But I have to have the mute button though.
Or you should speak
Yeah.
loud enough that we can hear you. Just
What's his
yell.
name from the fan who's retiring? Jewish guy who also is at the soundboard. Who didn't have his
Davening Dove.
Dove, right? Dove Kramer. Okay, Dove. Get yourself a mic, Dove. All right. So, back to the question. So we'll do the question quicker. I guess we'll go back there. But basically, how does it? Is it cool that guys who came up in your system are playing now?
So I don't know where that audio cut out, but the fact that we have guys on the team that are started off taking lessons and coming to the Matzah Shabbos thing and are now playing with us is pretty cool. It's a nice it's a nice moment.
You also have a specific Aaron Topper on your team this year.
We do have Aaron Topper. I'm excited. Aaron's been a massive part of this tournament and RCCS, and he does so much for the organization. And we are really excited to have him as part of our team this year. And Aaron, because I hope you're going to listen to this, you are now an Isotope, regardless of if you think that you might.
So you're saying he is a real card-carrying member of the team.
Member of the team.
Run for your life.
All right, what's your question, Yisroel Meir? Rabbi Yisroel Meir, hashtag.
Does it have to do with money?
No, never. Why would you think a question that I would have to that I would ask has to do with money? Thanks.
I don't know.
Why would you know? How long do you know me? Okay, so where are we at?
Let's look. Okay, Daniel, let's zoom in over here. So the team.
So the team right now.
Let's scroll up a little bit. Let's call some people out.
No, we don't have
Why
to
not?
call
Let's
people
go.
out.
Scroll up. Where are you? So, down, whatever. Team is at 127. Your goal is
Okay.
175. Let's
Right.
move Mayor and Julie over to Golding's
Okay.
page.
here we
Okay,
go.
Neil, yeah, you're doing pretty okay.
Okay. So
Ezra's all right.
Neil's been doing it.
Penny needs to.
okay.
Isn't Penny fighting?
Penny
right now
the
is-
IDF.
yes,
So
he is
shout
fighting.
out to Penny Delman
For doing
who is
whatever he
currently
can and has.
doing what
Yeah.
he can and has. Yeah. And
Amazing.
amazing.
Okay, David Dunak.
David Dunak, he just came on.
He just came on
Ooh.
like
He's been
a week
posting-
and a half ago.
Yeah, he's
he's,
been
Nice.
He's been doing well.
Alan, we know the story about Alan. He's going to be a late bloomer, but he's going to come through. Welcome back, Abe, and thank you. Okay, Jeremy Kirschenbaum is a new kid, right?
Jerry Kirschbaum's a new kid. He's one of
He's Jeremy or Jerry?
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Okay.
Jeremy.
I thought you said Jerry. I'm like, why
Jeremy
would-
is what we call him.
Jeremy?
Yeah, but I guess his
Like
legal name is
English,
Jeremy.
Yeah, English name is Jeremy.
Yager. Okay.
And then Yitz Mendelowitz from the Florida tournament. The team that won the tournament was actually named after his company, the Oath Group.
Oh,
They
nice.
won the lower division of Florida. Really? Okay.
All?
That'll
You
Because
can take
I
it
was
with you.
purposely doing this.
You should get one of those.
Okay,
coupon
so back to let's continue. Aaron Topper, 50, nice. Jakob Golding.
Jakob Golding.
Well, he's a little
will-
more because of that 36, right? Shai
Yeah,
Constant.
Golding will have more than that. Shai Constam's in yeshiva, so his father is actually really helping him out mostly because he's learning, and we don't have so much access to.
That's pretty good though.
to
so
things, so that's
okay.
good.
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
Kubi will get there. I'm gonna get on him for that, and same thing with
Coops.
Coop. Mizrahi.
Mizrahi as well. He's got Evan Schoenfeld. He's another.
Schoenfeld's an interesting ad. First time we've done this, which is
A
I
friend.
wasn't sure if I wanted to do this or not, but he's a friend of two of the kids that really just wanted in on the tournament from a to be in the locker room and to motivate guys and to help out and things like that. So
nice.
he's going to fundraise and for that, and I think that's really great. He just started playing recently, so he's going to do that, and
then there's two more.
and then you scrolled up before we were done, but that's
And
okay.
then you have Yossi Schwartz
Yosef Schwartz, that's my son. So he is working on
and his
the
father's
list of people that I
No.
usually send to.
raising. Oh, he is. Okay. All right. Okay.
He is. I have not put anything on his page.
Oh, really? Nice.
Not yet.
Nope.
Okay.
This is all stuff that he's done. His grandparents gave both of us. What do you want me to do?
Okay.
No, but the deal I had with him was that he's gonna send out the emails and ask the people that we both know that I usually ask instead of me, and that is who he's reaching out to, and he's gonna he should get there.
He's pulling his
He'll get
way.
there.
I mean, he's pushing it.
It's not too bad. And then Penny Zanziper is one of the other kids from Motzei Shabbos who also he's doing
He's
all right.
doing great.
He's doing all right. Yeah.
Awesome. That's pretty good. Oh, and the audio cut out again. I'm kidding, Neil.
5 or 4. Are we gonna do a count when it's over?
No.
I think, okay.
I want to count.
So what was your
So-
question?
So I guess no. I mean, listen. Obviously, the team has been, definitely improving over last year. Really, pushing it, doing a great job. Where do you think the team's going to end up? If you could say today.
I want to make sure we hit 175 this year, which we had been able to do a few years.
Mm-hmm.
And if you could look at the team stats, and then let's start with that, and then hopefully
That's awesome.
higher. But that is
Yeah, where's the team stats?
They don't.
if you go to.
Team stats.
There's no stats for how much you raised. Oh,
No.
that's
Why
on the
don't they do
magnet.
team over team?
That's on the magnet.
Oh, why don't we do that? We should add
We
that.
should. It would be a good function.
Team
thing.
year over year.
Could
yeah.
you go to Neil for a second? Scroll down. Go to Neil's page for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And scroll down. What? Scroll down more. There we go. So, what happened in 2024, and then 2025?
So 2024, I had a very generous donation from someone that mostly went to my page, and then in 2025.
So basically, the
did
trend
not.
is still up. It's still going up. Oh, you raised almost $67,000 today. That's
Yeah.
pretty good money.
In
And what's his
2023,
video?
you
What
guys
is his
hit
video?
180, by the way.
All right, so
I'm
let's try
curious
to hit
which one,
180.
if you
That's
ever
the
You
fun.
hear that, guys? 180.
180. That's the plan.
Scroll
That is
back
the
up
plan.
a second. Nice. All
Mhm.
right.
Yes.
Well, Neil, thank you so
Thank
much for
you
coming
so
by.
much.
You want to just tell us a little bit about your company, though?
Mhm.
before
Oh,
we run?
sure.
Yeah, let's switch
Um,
back there. There we go.
Yeah,
What's it
so
called?
I think part of the whole, I'm an architect. I'm a full service architecture and interiors firm.
Yeah, you could control it there.
and-
And just before you continue, if anybody was wondering, at the dinner last year, we gave out really nice coasters from your company. So thank you
Yeah,
for that.
and you're welcome.
Look
And
out for this year's exciting thing. Maybe.
That's TBD. We will
Maybe.
see. But and that's we design spaces, and that's one of the things that we were doing last year with the event was we were kind of looking at that and trying to make sure that we had a certain vibe going and working with the caterers to do that. So we're a full service firm, so we do everything that has to happen on a project. I'm not going to scroll through the site right now because it is.
But you work
upside down.
commercial?
But we do residential and commercial, and we do. We're a full service firm, so we handle everything from the initial design concepts through interiors, construction management, making sure that everything is completely taken care of on the client's end. So whatever you want, whatever your goals for your space are, is something that we focus on, and that way you have one team that's doing that, and that's licensed and trained and actually has the background to get it all taken care of.
So you don't just present the plans and move on.
No, we don't just do a plan and move on. We really take you through everything and make sure that you're taken care of. So anything that you want to look into, anything that you want to accomplish, we make sure that gets done. And
have you tried to look into the healthcare field also?
So healthcare is something that we
homes
haven't done. We haven't really done healthcare. That's sort of another animal. We don't do much of that. We do more personal work. So stores, homes and retail.
Got it.
So homes and retail. That way, because over there it's the type of space where you're specific about what you're looking for, and you want to make sure that that's taken care of. So that's mostly what we do.
Very cool.
Very, very
All right. Well, Neil, thanks for coming by.
Thank you, Neil, for coming
Enjoy
by.
the golf ball.
Thank you.
Thank
you for having me.
Thank you for everything you
So
do.
if anybody can figure out how many times you reference the audio, let us know.
Oh, wait, hold on. No, stop. Don't stop yet. Does anybody want to know why?
Oh, that's true. Okay, so this is Neil.
is
Why
the
don't you
current
tell
challenge.
us? Why don't you tell us?
So this is our take 2 on the podcast, allegedly, and
45 people since then, just so you know.
yeah, well,
And
this
all
was
of them
last
had
year.
audio.
You know what? Because you're all the way in Lakewood. Anyway, which is fine. I have no problem.
No,
going
it doesn't
down to
sound like
Lakewood,
it's fine. To be honest, it sounds terrible.
It's fine. It's just the whole driving instructions in New Jersey. Anyway, so we did a podcast before, and I think it went well. And we actually got
was a great podcast.
Rabbi Steyer to join us because we were reminiscing over the week, which didn't even cover the weekend, by the way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just saying, we
Might
didn't
be a
even
good
cover
idea.
the weekend.
Ugh.
Might be a good thing.
I'd be okay. And then I get home and I get the news that none of the audio got captured. So all of it was.
Then we
for
hired
reviews.
Danielle.
Huh?
After that, I think we hired Danielle.
No, he was there.
Oh, he was.
Is there?
I was trying.
I think it might have been his first podcast.
No.
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 He knows it.
I will tell you that Danielle spent about 2 days trying to get the audio back. More. Like,
I'm
he
sure
went
he
full
did.
blown geek mode.
I have to say, Daniel
try
is
to-
very detail oriented. It's a pleasure having him on the team also,
Yeah,
and
just
able to
don't-
sort of handle the stuff and get through everything.
Amen. You definitely
It
don't
really
want me
is.
being involved. That's for
It
sure.
really is, even if he spills coffee all over the computer.
Okay, on that
Neil.
note.
I think we have to now. What are we doing now? We're going to check the schedule, right? We're doing a deep dive in the schedule now. That's the
we're
plan.
ending this. No, we're
All
not.
right, let's go.
Okay.
Thanks, Neil.
Thanks, Neil.
All right.